I'm the country manager, Empower Kenya, and basically we deal with ending violence against women and ensuring that violence against women and young girls, any form of abuse, gender-based violence issues, that we cap this and that young women are able to just thrive and flourish according to who you are and being their authentic selves, and also preventing this and ensuring that perpetrators face justice and that we create a different norm for the coming generation of women in leadership and also like young girls who are growing in this society that we're living in, and giving them a change or making a difference, the change, becoming generally the change that we want to see. So that is my motivation in life, giving a young girl or a different girl what I didn't get. So basically that's it, Bushra. It's been crazy, especially during the COVID period. The cases were on the rise during COVID because during COVID, some jobs ended, and now you're forced to stay with that abusive partner or husband or father. You're forced to just stay in that environment because of the root cause of everything, poverty. But right now we have organizations that are really working on this, Empower included, and I believe with the right resources, the finances and strategy and policy, we can definitely ensure that we make a change or make a difference according to how best we believe we can just impact and see that action, or rather the results that we want to see is seen. That's just it. So yeah,
I think completely, and it's such a global problem, and
it's a global problem. Yes,
it's intergenerational. It actually cuts across. Poverty is a trigger for it, but it cuts across every class, probably in every family. It has experienced it. Yet so few charges go to conviction if people actually do speak out.
Yeah,
and then it's really difficult to measure its impact because we don't have like the control of it not happening as well.
We don't.
So it's such a difficult and complex area. Why did you decide to take on this as your project objective?
Okay, I decided to take on this because it's relating to me personally. And as a victim, of abuse as a young girl, I feel like it's more of purposeful when it comes to my end, because I wish to see another girl get what I didn't get, being protected, be it emotionally, physically, in all areas and aspects. So for me, it's kind of personal and purposeful at the same time to just see, I make a difference in another girl's life, in another woman's life. Yeah, that is my motivation, and that is the reason why this is very personal to me. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Of course, the police, and then we have, for the perpetrators, we have arms of the government like judiciary to ensure that justice is served. And apart from that, how to tackle this issue in my country, I think the first thing we need to do is creating the awareness that this is something that is happening, going into the areas that are most affected, because we have to do like a survey and know that which areas in the country are the most affected to the least affected. And then from here we create a team and we start by creating awareness, and then things like campaigns against gender-based violence. You have the t-shirts printed, LGBT, such things, and also going to schools, talking about this, because it's not just gender-based violence. And if we talk about GBV, it's a broad topic that also entails things like, early marriages. GBV, it's a broad topic that also entails things like, early marriages. It entails things like child prostitution. It's a lot of things that when you look at it, well, the root cause of everything is poverty. But if you can change this norm and be able to help young girls to be able to just provide and have their provision, be it little as it can be, but it's something that they can manage to, take care of their basic needs. I think that is one of the ways to just remove women from toxic marriages and relationships, because most people are so dependent on their spouses for provision, or they're the ones or the source of income for their families. So they tend to tolerate all this violence and abuse from, the community or their marriages or whoever they're related with. That even when I remember, was it 2 weeks ago, there was a scenario that a stepdad was sexually abusing the stepdaughter, and when the mom was told to report this, she was like hesitant, and then she was really trying to protect the husband, and we were like, the mental health of the kid is way more important. What this kid has been exposed to, the trauma that this has done to the kid, the young girl. But the mom is hesitant and trying to cover it all, not looking at the fact that this is affecting the daughter, and not just her trying to protect the husband's image and all that. We have such issues, a lot of issues actually. If you go to the slummy areas, the poor, the slummy areas within the country, you get a lot of cases, such cases. Just because someone is doing something, providing for you financially, you and your family, sustaining you. So I think all this, if you look at it so well, the root cause of everything is poverty, and it's making young girls to do things that are out of the norm, and making them to just allow anything to be done to them just because someone somewhere is providing and sustaining that. Some don't even have things like sanitary towels that they can use, so it's just a lot. If we go for things like talks and speak to different schools, you will get to find that donation of things like sanitary towels, food, necessities, those are so essential, because there are some people who lack that even in schools, like young girls. Some people are not in a position to afford sanitary towels. People might think it's just a sanitary towel, but not everyone is in a position to provide that for herself, especially those who come from poor families. Yeah, so I think such things need to be addressed. And you also need to go and speak to young girls in schools, different schools all over the country, or the schools that you feel they really need to hear this, they really need help. We can identify those schools and also go there, speak to the young girls, and donate whatever it is that we can donate. And that will make a change in our society and our community. And also call on to donors who can really support whatever it is that you're trying to do, because it's all about, again, finances, so that we can
testing the microphone. Another one from top. Please, in case I never know. Yeah. Sambe aka jofo. Aka is a boy you. Aka jofo don't turn to man you. Aka jofo. Aka is a boy you. Aka jofo don't turn to man you. Shebi then talk say we no go. 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 Sampe, Oluwa bless my
I'm Melissa Chelagat Thomas too. I come from Mombasa, Kenya. Okay, I love Kenya. I love Mombasa. My passion is doing fashion. My hobby is fashion, and everything about me it's fashion. I just love fashion. Okay, for me to make this video is my project and my vision is to create opportunity for women whereby they can be able to open up their business. They can create something through fashion and design. Okay, fashion is a big space, okay, a big part, depending on which category you want to work with. For me, I really want to help women who have gone through gender-based violence, because it's something that has happened to me, and I've stayed in Mombasa for long, and I've seen many women undergo the same thing. They're going through a lot, and they cannot go out of that relationship or live out of the relationship. This is because that they don't have a source of income, they don't have where to stay, they don't know how they can raise their kids without. So it's because the man is the one who's working, and if you move out he won't help you, so they decide to stay in that relationship. So I decided to open a platform whereby women can be able to create something and even to get source of income. It has been a long journey for me. I just want to thank Empower. Empower have helped me a lot. Okay, since I found Empower. Okay, I was pregnant and going through a lot, and in Empower I've got friends. They have strengthened me physically, mentally. They have strengthened me, and now my daughter is 1 year. They have been with me every step of the way, and I really thank all the members, the CEO, and everyone in charge of Empower, because it has been a long journey for me, That's why I want to help a wider space. Nairobi, Mombasa, and everyone can have that platform to express themselves, to give the opportunity to everyone. Even young ladies, we teach, we want to educate them to stand for themselves. Speak out as a lady. You have to speak out. If something is not okay, if something is not going well with you, if your relationship is not fitting, you have to come out of it. You have to speak out. That's why I want to start with Mombasa, whereby most of young girls, you find this tribal, like the Giriama, the coastal tribal. Most of them, they have been taught, they have been brought up that to accept whatever it goes on, because you are a wife, you are a mother, you have to accept, and the man is the head of the house. No matter what he does, no matter what he do, you don't care, you just stay. And you find suicide, like depression, stress, killing many of young women, mothers, children remain orphans. We have a lot of street kids and drug abuse, because okay, I want to say gender-based. Okay, this gender-based abuse has brought a lot of bad things, because there is street kids, there is drug abuse, there is thieves, development of anything, and it all starts at home. So we want to educate women so that they can have that platform where they can raise their kids, where they can be comfortable with their life, and through many women we can communicate, share our experience through our relationships, what have gone, and our mentally, physically, we can be great, and through step by step we are going to be okay. So I want to say it has been a great journey for me. I went through Empower, I've gone to school, I've met many people in Uganda,